Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree video. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at WordPress backup plugins. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So WordPress backup plugins are tools designed to create and manage backups of your WordPress website. Now they provide automated or manual backup features that allow you to securely store copies of your website's files, database and other essential data. Now, in the event of data loss, website errors, hacking, or other emergencies, backup plugins help restore your website to the previous state. Now, the likes of the backup, there are quite a few to choose from in terms of the plugins. Now, of course, there's UpdraftPlus, Backup Migration, there's Jetpack, Duplicator, you've got WP Staging, Migration, Total Upkeep, WP Up, and all-in-one WP Migration. Now, there's multiple reasons as to why you want to back up an actual website. Now, one of the main reasons as to why you would have to do a backup is that, one, you may want to migrate your website. So, of course, with site migration, you may want to move to another hosting. So it could be Cloudflare or any other source of hosting area. Now, in terms of this, you want to make sure that you keep a backup file in case things may go wrong. Now, when you are doing site migration, usually what can happen is your files get corrupted, some of the plugins don't get transferred correctly. There's a whole load of issues that can occur when you are doing a site migration. However, before I get into detail with the site migration, let's go through some of the following key features and functions of WordPress backup plugins. So number one is the full website backups. Now, backup plugins create comprehensive backups of your entire website, including files, themes, plugins, media, and the WordPress database. Now, this ensures that all your website's data is safeguarded. So you don't have to worry too much, everything's backed up. So there are some plugins for that. Now, next is the backup scheduling. So there are backup plugins that often offer automated backup scheduling, and this allows you to set up regular intervals for backups. You can choose daily, weekly, or monthly backups depending on your website's activity and update frequency. Now, you also have incremental backups. Now, some backup plugins offer incremental backups, which means they only save changes made since the previous backup. Now, this approach reduces the backup size and processing time, making backups faster and more efficient. Now, for those who haven't actually done a site backup, it will take a huge amount of time. So it can be time consuming, so depending on the file size. So if you're talking in megabytes, so that's more or less to do with the smaller websites. If you're talking gigabytes, then you're looking more into the medium-sized websites or more into the larger size websites. Now, it all depends and varies in different websites. You can have an e-commerce website which will contain more, since you have products, you've got listings, everything, it's all in there. You've got your images, videos, and a whole load of plugins for commerce for it to actually work. If you're talking just maybe a standard website, then you don't need to really focus too much into it. You're only talking megabytes, so the updating and backup process is going to be a lot quicker in terms of if you're doing site migration, or you're probably just going to back up the website. Next, of course, I've got there is the remote storage options. Now, backup plugins provide various storage options for your backups, including cloud storage services like Dropbox, Google Drive, Amazon S3, FTP or SFTP servers. And storing backups remotely ensures that your backups are securely stored off-site. Now, as well as that, you also have the one-click restore. So when needed, backup plugins allow you to easily restore your website with a single click. This simplifies the recovery process, enabling you to revert your website to a previous working state quickly. So say you had a little glitch on the current file, you want to revert it back to what it was before, one-click restore, and that's it sorted. Of course, it will depend on the plugin you're using. You also have selective restores. Now, in addition to the full restore, backup plugins often offer the option to selectively restore specific files, folders, or database tables. Now, this only allows you to restore the necessary elements, saving time and reducing potential data loss. Then, of course, you have migration and cloning. So many backup plugins include migration or cloning features, allowing you to move or duplicate your website to different server or domain. So that's the one that we're going to mainly focus on, because that is what you would like to use the backup for, of course, for migration and cloning. Now, there's multiple reasons as you want to maybe migrate or clone your website. More for the fact that it's to do with the pricing plans. So of course, as I mentioned earlier on, if you had Flywheel with a higher payment option, if you are hosting websites and it's a higher cost to host the websites on there, and you found another hosting platform that's a lot cheaper, then of course that's when you want to start migrating or potentially cloning your websites. Now, some will have security features, so some backup plugins include security features such as malware scanning, file integrity checks, or vulnerability detection. Now, these additional security measures help protect your website's data and provide an added layer of protection against threats. So, back to where we were on the migration and cloning. Now, this is one of the reasons as to why you would want to even back up your website in the first place. Now, it's easy enough to do so. There is the all-in-one WP migration, so if you install that, as you can see, you can move, transfer, copy, migrate, and back up a site with one click. Quick and easy and reliable. Now, this is, I would say, this is the best migrate tool or plugin to use. You can activate that. You can get the full version as well. There will be a full version you can go ahead and download. Now, as I've mentioned, there is one that you can add, and it is the unlimited one. So depending if you have multiple or a load of websites you host, especially if you are a firm that does it, you may want to consider applying a all-in-one WP migration. So we'll go ahead and see if we can transfer a file in. So you can choose a file, you'll not see it on mine. But basically this is where you can go ahead and manage an all-in-one WP migration. Now, once you do have the both the all-in-one WP migration and the full extension one, what you want to go and do is go to the all-in-one WP migration, then go to the export, and of course you can go ahead and export the site from here. So of course we've got the database, that'll export that as well. To the advanced options, what you want to select is don't export the database, of course. That's one thing that you want to not export. You want to make sure you keep the same database. And then of course export to file, and once you export that to file, it'll prepare to export this website. So it takes a couple of minutes, as I said, depending on the actual size of the website, depending on the plugins that you have. It will take a good time and a good while for it to fully export everything. Now, in terms of this, if it's not working, say the export isn't working on this side of things, what you can use is an application called FileZilla. Now, if you just find the host name and of course find the port, quick connect to it, depending of course on the hosting server. So it could be Flywheel or Cloudflare or any other ones out there. You'll be able to grab the backup file and directly transfer onto here without using WordPress. So there's multiple ways of doing it. There's multiple ways of exporting, but this is more or less the complicated way to do it. This will only work as well if you're needing to maybe export a website that's larger in files. WordPress can be a little bit temperamental as well in terms of exporting, so there can be some issues as well, which is why there are some third-party applications to use in order to export a website. As you can see, it worked perfectly fine for us, so I can go ahead and download the website. So as you can see, it's only 68 megabytes, so it's a very small website. Download it and pretty much chuck it into the new server. Now, as we've mentioned before, there may be other reasons as to why you want to do and back up your file, mainly for the fact that the current one may be corrupted due to a plugin, so it slowed down the website completely. You need to have a backup file, you need to install one. There's plenty of reasons as to why you want it, and of course use the old backup file to get the website back up and running. So plenty of reasons as to why you would need a backup file. But folks, that's pretty much the WordPress backup plugins in a nutshell. Now, they're easy enough to use. You'll have your own purpose for using them anyway, whether it be for security reasons to just back up the website anyway, or you want to maybe migrate and host the website on another hosting platform. But yes, as I said, that pretty much reaches the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, please do leave us a comment in the comment section below. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much for watching.